administration is trying to get a little bit of room to try to deal with that. And it will continue to be a hammering point, but it's also, they need to be showing that they're trying to do something. They also have continued building some of the wall that Trump was working on as well. There are still legacies from the Trump period that are part of Biden administration policy as well.
That, of course, fuels the criticism the president is facing from grassroots Democrats who say the new policy will send asylum seekers back to the persecution they're fleeing and in some cases cost lives. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
To recap the top stories, Western nations and Russia have accused each other of destabilizing the world at a meeting of G20 foreign ministers in New Delhi. International leaders have congratulated Nigeria's president-elect, despite the opposition disputing the results of the nationwide vote. And inflation in the Eurozone has dropped for the third month in a row. That's the latest feature story news. Julia Chapman reporting.
Good morning, it's KCHW 102.7, and finally, Thursday!
We are the Free Amigos!
Good start to a Thursday. Timing is everything. Thought we were going to be late, and here we are, all on time. I was almost late.
The intro music just fills my heart with happiness.
Oh, and
Drum beat.
Look at poor Alan on the camera today. He's all bundled up. He's got his hat on. Are those goggles on your head? Are you going skiing?
No, just sunglasses.
Oh, just sunglasses.
I'm trying to be optimistic, hoping there's a sun break today.
They're just big sunglasses.
Sunshine.
What is that?
Funny guy. You kind of look like Nanook of the North. We need somebody to
Nanook?
run to the carpet store and hug on Alan and warm him up.
I did have to bring in the dog sled today.
Oh, preferably the person that runs into the carpet store to hug Alan is Brandon.
You know, my dogs were going crazy yesterday, and I was like, "What are they going on about?" And I looked out my front window, and there was a dog sled going down the road carrying a kid on a sled.
No kidding.
Alan.
Yeah, I mean, not like a proper
Nice.
dog sled, but they had harnesses
Right.
and stuff like a setup. Yeah,
Wow.
it's pretty
Nice.
fun.
I had the coolest neighbors when I lived in Loon Lake, because there was a boy that used to do that with his husky, just one dog pulling the sled. I always kind of felt sorry for the dog. And then there was another family that had 3 dogs and a goat, and the goat thought it was a dog. So when they were walking around the neighborhood, it was always quite entertaining because the goat, dogs are barking and the goat's going,
Nice.
All right.
Well, speaking of dog mushing, this Saturday the Iditarod race starts.
Ooh, in Chihuahua?
No. Yeah, in Chihuahua. Yeah, the world famous Iditarod race. So they moved it to Chihuahua. We have so much snow this year.
Yeah. All
No,
right.
but I have a good friend, one of my ex-roommates, is races in it every year, and every year he does really well, and we're hoping this year might be his year.
How fun
Nice.
is that?
He's won second and third and fourth, and one time he was gonna win, but he stopped to help somebody, and then they went ahead and pulled ahead of him and won.
Oh, boo.
What is the percentage of entrants that don't even complete it?
I think most complete it. There's always scratches every year, but
Yeah.
I'd say probably 20% scratch.
Wow.
I think as animals get smarter, we should have Iditarod races where humans pull the dogs.
Right.
Like 8 humans and a chihuahua on the back of the sled.
I think dogs are already smarter than humans.
Yeah. You sound like you got some sickness going on there, Alan. You sound a little stuffy today.
Got a little something going on. I don't know what it is. It's been in the sinuses now for a little bit.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You might have some kind of long-term COVID infection.
Who knows, dude?
just making that up.
Yeah.
But you have had some nose problems for a while, which makes me think, where have you been putting your nose?
Right.
We don't discuss that on the air.
Sorry.
Hey.
All right. Have you been putting it in my business?
Ew.
I didn't
Yeah,
mean
I've
it like
been- I've
that. Wow.
Not,
Ew. Come on.
not that I'm aware of.
Okay. All right.
I have been spring fevering so far lately, like never before in my life, and I have been going through this house top to bottom, like literally cleaning the walls, cleaning everything, getting every bit of dust out of my house.
I've been-
And now because of it, my sinuses have been on fire last few days.
stirring up all that old household dust.
Ugh.
Right? I've
Especially
been
doing the laundry room. Woo.
spring fevering too, but it's for a totally different reason. All right. You are under a winter weather advisory. Alan, highway report.
It's between Addie and Chihuahua, there is black ice.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little ugly.
I had a old Ford Excursion, and I don't know if a lot of the new cars, you know, with their heads-up displays, but I had an old one, so like 2005, 2006. But on its heads-up thing that it had on the rear view mirror, it would actually, you know, give you the temperature and a couple other things, but it would actually start blinking black ice. And I don't know what that sensor was, but 100% of the time it was correct.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, if it started blinking at you and you rolled down the window and did the old trucker thing where you stick your hand out and feel the back of your mirror, it was always glazed over with ice. So what I don't know, you know, if they still incorporate that. I would sure love to have one of those on my car now. That's a handy safety feature.
Mine tells me that ice is possible, but it doesn't come out and directly say, "Hey, there's black ice."
Which
If
is
only we were as smart as your 20-year-old car.
yeah,
Yeah.
which is different than Chuck. He just gets out and sees if he can skate.
Yeah.
I lick the ground sometimes. I'm a big sensory guy.
That
Listen
explains
to
a
it.
lot.
He's blocking
Yeah.
traffic and he's licking the highway. Oh, it's icy.
Oh, my tongue stuck to the road.
All right, 40 degrees for your high today, so it's going to get icky. Snow showers in the morning give way to a mixture of rain and snow for the afternoon. The high of 40, precipitation at 80%. Partly cloudy tonight, down to 21, so it can get all glazed up again. Then for your
Yay,
Friday, more of the
yay.
same, 40 and 26, mostly cloudy skies, but your chance of precipitation down to just 10%. Up that for Saturday morning, snow showers, daytime high of 41, so again, it will get kind of yucky out there, although snow chance is only at 50% for Saturday. Sunday, 37 to 20 now with cloudy skies. They've downgraded that from snow on Sunday, just a 20% chance now. Monday, right now, looking at a 10% chance of snow, 37 and 17. Those overnight temperatures still really cool. If you can make it through about the next 8 days, maybe 7 or 8 days, your daytime temperatures are going to jump into the mid 40s, which is much more traditional for March. So
I don't believe it.
by the 15th, things should have changed. All right, you don't believe it? It's the
don't
longest
believe it.
winter ever.
You can't have a forecast that's accurate that far out. It's going to be winter again.
All right,
Currently.
don't
I
listen to
kinda-
Chuck.
I kind of expect Jon Snow to walk by
Ooh,
Right?
who's Jon Snow?
from
Winter is
Game of
coming.
Thrones.
Never saw
Wow.
it. Is that like
It's-
chess?
The greatest series ever.
You know, I've got it saved in my queue to start watching on HBO, but I still, you know, it's like a 10-year commitment or 10 season
really is.
commitment. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Breakfast pizza this morning for the kids, variety of cereals, fresh fruit juice, and your choice of milk. And then for lunchtime fun, bean and cheese burritos, chili with beans. Some more beans? Yes? How about green ones? Fresh veggies, fresh fruit, milk choice, and salsa. That's right. You'll be dancing after lunch.
They should have topped it off with a pepperoni ripper.
Yeah, I'd never seen those on there before. I'd only heard about them.
That's going to be fun at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's what you like to call fun. All right, quick check of the community calendar before we go into joke time. Let's see. It is Thursday. First Thursday Art Walk. Yesterday, if you caught the show, we had the one and only Tim Nielsen from Trails End Gallery, who started this whole thing in an interview. If you missed any of the Winterfest stuff, you weren't available to check out the Winterfest celebration, all the art that was kicking that off and part of Tim's thing at the Trails End Gallery is available for viewing as well. We have an awesome video from yesterday on Facebook and YouTube. First Thursday Art Walk starts tonight at 5 o'clock from 5 to 8. And those daytime temperatures, should have melted the sidewalks. So there you go. Get out and have some fun. Then on Saturday, don't forget Sons of American Legion at 5:30 in the evening hosting. It used to be annual. It is again. It's the Dungeness Crab Feed. You have to make a reservation for this because space is limited. And you want to call area code 509-395-8464. 395-8464. That sounds, shall I say, delicious?
Yes.
All right, I wanted to start off this morning and give you guys one final chance. I am well below 200 pounds. I've been losing like a pound every 2 to 3 days. Well below 200 pounds.
Nice.
So today is your guys' last chance to give me some fat jokes. All right? So fat jokes for Scott from Alan and Chuck. There you go. Chuck, you're on top, so maybe you should go first.
All right. Yeah, so for Scott's diet day number 1, he removed all the fattening foods from his house. He said it was delicious.
Was it, Scott?
It was delicious.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about that before, I've went on a diet before and went, well, I'm going to have to eat all these macaronis.
Nice.
Yeah. All right.
So every time someone calls Scott fat, he gets so depressed he cuts himself. Another piece of cake.
It's not true. It's not
true. I don't have cake.
That's right. A lot of cake. I don't know what you're talking about, Alan. I can have my cake and eat it too? Now I'm confused. All right. Chuck?
Of course, for Scott's first New Year's resolution was to help all of his friends gain 10 pounds so Scott could look better.
It didn't work out. I tried real hard too.
Scott.
Yeah?
Life is like a box of chocolates. It just ends sooner for fat people.
Wow.
Are they talking about the person or the chocolate?
I don't know. I
Yes.
think it's the person. Yeah, you should hang your head in shame for that one, by the way, Alan.
Sorry.
All right.
Sorry,
okay.
buddy.
It's okay.
That got dark.
Real quick.
It
in a
got
bad
dark.
place.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh no! We suck again!
Scott,
Yeah?
you're fat.
Okay.
It's not because it runs in your family, though. It's because nobody runs in your family.
These are brutal.
Wow.
These are brutal. All written by Scott, by the way.
They were.
Yeah.
I take no credit for any of these.
Okay.
You're so fat that the only way you could use to fit your whole body into a photo was to use panorama.
Ow.
Wow. Brutal. I feel so bad for even repeating these.
Wow. But that's okay because he's losing weight. He's getting in such good shape that he's starting to get a 6-pack.
Yeah.
He loves it so much that he's protected it with 3 layers of fat.
Nice.
It's in there
Nice.
somewhere, just waiting to get out. All right. Thank you, guys. You're really motivational to keep
No problem.
to keep me on my diet. That's some great motivation because that was
Nice.
horrible. And I can't believe you guys wrote that stuff.
I will have to say, just a humble brag. We've talked quite. I've talked
yeah?
quite a bit about how I've lost weight.
Yes.
I had on like a tight shirt the other day because I wear undershirts, and I turned sideways, and you could see like lines in my stomach where abs are.
Really?
Get
so you're
outta
getting
here.
Some,
Yeah.
You're getting some too, huh?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's crazy. Well, I do my sit-ups every day.
I was really excited yesterday. I had those one pair of jeans that just like it takes like 4 attempts to get them buttoned, and they buttoned easy. And I was like, oh, look, it's Apocalypse Cow.
It's Apocalypse Cow.
Arthur, evil is afoot and hoofing it with dark gusto. Let's go.
I would not go out there, my little friend. Apocalypse Cow is 50 feet tall. She shoots fire from her teats.
Quickly jump! There's fire everywhere!
Everywhere.
We did our annual 3 months after Christmas of realizing, oh, we forgot to return all the stuff that didn't fit. So sorting through it to see what we might actually decide to keep. And I tried on a pair of jeans that we got from one of my 16-year-olds, and they fit. So I kept them.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're girls' jeans and they're bedazzled, but who cares?
They're just Levi's. You know, just normal Levi's.
All right. But they're
But they
girls'
fit.
Levi's. They got that funny cut to them, Chuck.
No, actually, they're boys' Levi's.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
Hail to the king, baby.
And now he's just embarrassed.
No, Chuck, it's a round of applause because you've done awesome, and then your health scare, and look at you. You're doing great.
Thank you.
From not walking to beating me up on the highway. Last time I came back for a visit. All right.
Time to lick the road.
Can you guys think of anything amazing that's come out of Utah?
Out of Utah?
Out of Utah?
There's some amazing scenery in Utah.
Okay. All right. They got that cool park, right? The national park.
Mm-hmm.
Zion.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
They got the
There's
jazz.
some really, really amazing areas in Utah.
Here is a new thing out of Utah. Bullfrogs. Might not be the first thing that hops to mind when
Nice
considering dinner options in Utah, but the Utah Department of Natural Resources suggests catching and eating as many bullfrogs as you'd like because they are an invasive species, and it is Invasive Species Awareness Week. Utah wildlife officials tweeted a reminder that bullfrogs are invasive to Utah, along with the added bonus that they were tasty. Facilities and grounds expert Eggett said bullfrogs have been breeding populations in Utah have had them since the 1970s. They're native to the eastern U.S., but bullfrogs now have homes along the Great Salt Lake marshes, and they're causing problems. So they want people to go out and catch them and eat them.
Nice.
You can use fish.
Either of you fans of frog?
No. I think a frog would be like this.
Yeah, well, the puke pile's right over there. It's a pretty big pile of puke.
So clean the puke. Okay.
All right, 10 on that choking puke.
Golly.
That's their new highway sign as you're coming in on the freeway. It says, "Welcome to Utah. Choke and puke. We love frogs."
Oh.
Yeah.
Poor Utah.
Poor Utah.
It's been a long time since I've had it, but I remember it being unexpectedly strongly fishy flavored.
Ew.
Huh.
Kind of swampy. But I could be wrong.
Maybe he had old frog legs.
Maybe.
Yeah.
They say it tastes like chicken, but I don't remember it tasting like chicken. I'm like, ooh.
The ones I
This
had
is not
tasted
chicken.
like chicken.
Did they good? Good.
That's only because the Matrix didn't know what flavor to make them, though.
Ooh.
Mm.
Yeah.
Excuse me, waiter.
The
Waiter. Waiter. These frogs you gave Chuck are extremely fishy. Wasn't expecting that from frogs.
That was a good Karen voice. That was great.
All right, thank you. All right,
welcome.
hey, Marion says we're funny. I feel so sorry for her.
Oh. She's sweet.
She is sweet. You know, she gives us compliments even when she doesn't believe them. All right. She's also been looking up a lot. Why is she looking up? Because, well, Jupiter and Venus are very close together. And tonight they're even going to be closer together if you get to see them in Chihuahua, but probably not. Night sky, we'll see the two planets that are set to pass each other in what is known as a conjunction. Jupiter will appear to shift westward, while a bright Venus will seem to move slowly in the other direction. At one moment, it will almost appear as if they are kissing.
Oh.
Pretty exciting, huh? Yeah.
Ironically, Bright Venus was a nickname of mine for a while.
Venus was your nickname. Okay.
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Bright Venus.
All right.
Yeah.
I've got some myths that people believe, all right, despite the fact they're actually probably false. First one, black belts have to register their fists as weapons. I can remember hearing that before. Which prompts me to ask Alan, what have you registered as a weapon?
Absolutely nothing.
Huh. All right.
My biting wit.
All right. This guy says he had an
I don't have that.
He had an ex tell him this, that she had a black belt and her fists were registered as weapons, and she had papers and everything, he says.
Wow.
Huh. All right, we got to skip.
No, they're not.
We got to skip that one because
Sounds like a Chuck Norris joke.
All right. All right. Is it true you have to wait 24 hours to report someone missing?
No.
Alan?
I would almost say yes.
It says here no, but Chuck, would you go ahead and disappear so we can find out?
Wow. Don't do it, Chuck.
Goodbye.
Just kidding, Chuck. Wouldn't be the same without you.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Here's one that says, I had somebody tell me it was really windy the other day because that meteor passed too close to Earth.
Wow.
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 Humans only use 10% of their brain. True or false?
Well, if they're using
that seems
100%, it's kind of pathetic.
That seems awfully high. Have you seen people?
Turns out you use a lot more. All right, it's false. Regardless of who proclaims this myth, seemingly demonstrate when they do that, they demonstrate that it's actually a fact. Huh? So don't repeat that.
Yeah.
All right. You shouldn't flash your lights at a car that has their headlights off because it's actually a gang initiation, right? They are supposed to kill the first person that flashed their lights at them. Is this true?
Wow.
Of course. No, it's not true.
Totally made up. But I remember about a decade ago when that was like a thing circulating on Facebook. But
I remember.
I think that was just a conspiracy by people that like to drive with their brights on.
Yeah.
Don't flash me. All right. If you shave, it'll make your hair grow back thicker. True or false?
False.
Yeah. Look underneath Chuck's hat.
Yeah, pick up your hat, Chuck.
Right?
Come on.
I've been shaving that for years. One of these days, it's going to come back thicker.
Such a lot. He shaves his head 5 times a day.
Do the eyebrows next.
All those hair follicles are just resting.
Resting.
It's resting until they get thick enough to do something.
All right. There's so many of these that I have to skip because they're dirty.
We need to get Chuck some chia seeds.
Oh, green hair is awesome.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, I would take it.
There's Christmas. Solved so easily. All right.
Oh, thank you.
Eating carrots helps you see in the dark.
I thought
Nope.
beta carotene was good for your eyes.
It is good for your eyes, but it doesn't help you see in the dark.
No, I think for that you got to go full on Vin Diesel.
Yeah. So I guess they
Does
tried this.
Does Vin Diesel have magic eyes?
No,
In,
from Pitch Black.
Pitch Black.
Yeah,
Oh.
the silver, see in the dark eyes. I want some of those. And imagine like what happened to him in the movie. It'd be really good if you're in prison. Just
I'll
thinking
never
out
know.
loud.
I'll never know.
Ooh. Apparently, in World War II, the Germans tried this. Okay, instead of revealing that they were able to shoot down German planes at night because of the new radar technology, British said carrots gave them the night vision.
Excellent.
Lightning never strikes twice in the same place. True or false?
False.
Yes, totally. It can. You should pee on a jellyfish sting. True or false? Look at Chuck. Chuck's looking like he's tried it.
I haven't actually, but my mind was
you
going
hear it
somewhere
all
else
the
with that.
time, but
Yeah.
isn't it easier for someone else to do that?
Yep.
Right?
Never go to
Sorry.
the beach without a friend.
I thought you got stung
right.
by a jellyfish.
All right.
I was just trying to help. My bad.
It is false, but don't tell anyone. Please.
It's supposed to be vinegar, right? Vinegar is real, I think. I don't know.
True or false, an MLM can actually work.
Do we really need to answer that one?
No, but don't tell anyone. Because I have
Still
a big
boggles my
Amway
mind
meeting
how
coming
many-
up. Yeah.
It's amazing how many people still fall for these things. How long have we been dealing with this? 40, 50 years?
Everybody wants to get rich quick.
And who's gotten rich off of these? Like 1 or 2 people.
Yeah. At the
Yeah.
top of each one of them.
Yeah.
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 All right. Fish only have a 5-second memory. True or false?
I think that's false.
It is false.
That's probably false. I have a dog that's true with, but
That's what he says here. It says, my fish are fed on automatically on a timer, and they know before dinner drops. Better than my dog.
Mhm.
All right. Let's see. Anyone else here? Nope. Any other myths you guys can think of?
That if you swallow a watermelon seed, it will grow in your stomach.
My mom always said my ear.
In your ear?
In your ear.
in your ear.
Huh.
Would you stick watermelon seeds in your ear as a kid?
No, never.
What didn't he stick in his ear?
Scott's like, no,
No.
not me. I'd never do that.
Although my mom said I wouldn't have so many nosebleeds if I kept my finger out of there. Sorry. All right.
How do you break Scott's finger? You punch him in the nose.
Wow. All right.
What about chewing gum? If you swallow chewing gum, it stays in your stomach forever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Seems
I don't
like
think
it
that's
might.
true.
It's not true.
Right next to all those maraschino cherries.
Right?
Oh, what did they do? I missed that.
I've heard that one too, that they stay in your stomach. You can't digest them.
Oh, that's
Which is
that's
also
gonna
not true.
really slow down my cocktail intake. All right, few news stories. This one surprised me. Courtney Cox had to respond to Prince Harry's claim that he found psychedelic drugs at her house. What was Prince Harry doing in Courtney Cox's refrigerator?
Wow.
Yeah, that prompts. The star got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I was making fun of it yesterday. I said Courtney who, but I was just joking. The rumors are swirling about her having psychedelic mushroom chocolates in her fridge when Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, spent the night. So it doesn't say anything about his wife, just Harry and some buddies. They were partying at the actress's house, according to his memoir, Spare, which was published on January 10th of this year. In the book, he mentioned taking psychedelic mushrooms at Cox's home and hallucinating in her bathroom. When Variety asked Cox about the story recently when discussing her successful career, 58-year-old said of Harry, he did stay here for a few days, maybe 2 or 3. He's really nice. She went on, I read the book. I do want to hear it because I've heard it's really entertaining. But yes, it's gotten back to me about it. I'm not saying there were no mushrooms. I definitely wasn't passing them out.
He wasn't supposed to eat those. Those are mine.
Harry described spotting the Black Diamond mushroom chocolates in her fridge. He said, someone behind me said they were for everybody. And help yourself, boys, to Harry and his friend. As the story goes, Harry ate one and proceeded to hallucinate that Cox's silver trash can in the bathroom was talking to him.
Wow.
Wow.
Hello, I'm your father.
Maybe he just thought he was at Courtney's house.
Maybe. That's kind of weird, though. The whole thing's kind of weird. All right. Here's some warning from the National Park Service, especially for you two, because I can picture you guys doing this, okay?
Oh, no.
Especially if you got in one of those political arguments. As the snow melts and spring approaches, bears get more active. All right? And they said, if you come across a bear, this is the National Park Service in a tweet, never push your slower friend down.
It's this. Yeah, because the slower friends have to push you down so they can actually have a chance of getting away.
That's not right either, Chuck.
As someone who has historically been the slower friend, that's the correct method.
It said, even if you feel the
You push the
friendship
fast ones down first.
It says, even if you feel the friendship has run its course, don't push them down. Then other people started commenting. It says, if not a friend, why are they friend-shaped? What about a different friend?
Wow.
And then it says, seeing a bear in the wild is a special treat for any visitor to a national park. While it is an exciting moment, it's important to remember that bears in the national park are wild and can be dangerous. Don't feed them. Those engaging with the tweet seem more interested in the bit about pushing the slower friends down, adding, what if you're the slower friend? Check in on the friendship before you head to the woods, according to the National Park Service. Someone else asked, what if they consider me a friend, but I just consider them an acquaintance? Is it okay to push them in front of the bear then? National Park Service wished that person good luck in their attempts to build a lasting friendship.
Nice.
Yeah. Someone else posted, what if I want to push my friend over, but it actually has nothing to do with the bear? The National Park Service said, let's discuss sharing a GIF of a character from Brooklyn 999, savoring the smell of a thick binder label, conflict resolution.
Oh, wow.
Another person said, why would I have to push them down if they're slower? I'll just outrun them.
There you go.
Then the National Park Service posted, these are awkward conversations.
Well, bear safety tip number 1, always make sure you wear something loud like bells, always carry pepper spray, always keep an eye out for signs of bears like bear poop, which is identifiable by the smell of pepper and bells in it.
What?
Wow. Chuck. Once again, he's been down on the ground in another situation.
So I noticed a lot they mentioned friends at the Park Service, but what about other park visitors that you don't know? Can you push them down?
I would think that would be acceptable,
Yes.
Alan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
All right. It says if you do, in fact, come face to face with a bear, you really shouldn't run at all. That includes pushing your slower friend toward the bear to make a break for it. It's because they'll act like dogs and chase the fleeing animal. So you're better off telling your friend, run, and then just standing still. See? Okay. Here's what you should do in identify yourself as a human. Hey, bear, I'm a human.
We're supposed to whip out our ID?
Yeah.
Don't mess with me.
Here's my ID. I've got a passport.
Oh, it's expired.
Says identify yourself as a human, not a prey animal, by talking calmly and staying put. Slowly wave your arms. Bear might come closer and stand up on its back legs to get a better look or smell you, which is usually a sign of curiosity and not aggression. But then it might be a sign of something else too.
Hey, bear.
Stay calm. Show your dominance.
Yeah.
Tell a funny joke to break the ice.
Pick up smaller children.
Yep.
All right. Don't scream
What
and
if-
look scared. That's what they say.
What if you're not really dominant, Chuck?
Well, then you have to pretend.
I'm going to have to do a lot of pretending if I run into a bear.
Well, one thing you should know, Alan, because I think you might do this, is don't climb a tree.
Oh,
Okay. Bears and grizzlies can both climb trees, in case you didn't know.
that's just turning yourself into a snack on a stick.
Yeah. Pork
Why-
chop on a stick.
Next question is, why did Illinois forward basketball player Matthew Meyer cite caffeine poisoning for missing practice?
Caffeine poisoning?
Yeah.
I don't think
no
that's
idea.
a thing. If it was, I would have gotten that.
6 monsters. He was binging.
Wow.
He said he was binging video games. What a child. And he likes to binge drink monsters because he likes the caffeine-induced euphoria, but then woke up with a hangover and couldn't make it to practice.
Wow.
Yeah. He says, I've actually been sick the last few days, Meyer told reporters. I had caffeine poisoning. I literally had 6 monsters the day of the game. I only had 1 before, but I had 5 after because I like a caffeine-induced euphoria to play video games in. I could barely get out of the bed the next day. It was basically like a caffeine hangover. So this is my first day of practice since then.
Wow.
There's a fine line between euphoria and nausea.
I've drinking a lot of coffee, and I've never got a buzz from it, but I'm going to keep trying.
Right.
Make stronger coffee.
All right, Kiss co-lead vocalist and bassist Gene Simmons recalled the moment Paul Stanley showed him the 1979 song Blank, a song he revealed he isn't happy that he has to play. Any idea what that song might be? He hates it.
Want to rock and roll all night?
You would think that would be it. Any other
But
guesses?
it's not.
No.
I would think Beth, but he doesn't have to sing that one, so it's just the little guy at the piano. I was made for loving you. Rock icon, during an interview on the Howard Stern show, said yesterday that his initial takeaways of the disco-styled song were horrible. He said, "You're upset with the doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo." And he said, but once the crowd, he said that he called the crowds biblical locusts because they jump up and down. and start going do and sing along, so he has to play it.
Wow.
I'd way to endear yourself to your fans.
There you go.
Yeah, no
They
kidding.
also announced
Calling them locusts.
the final shows of their farewell tour, which the band formed some 50 years ago in New York City. Last two shows are going to be at Madison Square Garden in December, their last two shows.
I thought you were trying to say their farewell tour has been going on for 50 years.
It seems like it, doesn't it?
They just won't leave. Goodbye already.
Scary news. Moving on to real headlines. Escalating tensions between Iran and Israel have brought the two countries to the verge of war. While experts disagree on the probability of military conflict between the Jewish state and the Islamic Republic, they agree that the present moment is rife with potential pitfalls. Now, didn't Israel years ago bomb a bunch of stuff, missile-making capabilities and stuff in Iran, I believe, if I'm correct?
I don't recall.
You don't recall. All right.
No idea.
Reason why tensions are rising, they say Iran should be able, based on their previous progress, could be within 12 days of being able to enriching sufficient uranium to build their first nuclear weapon.
Ooh.
Wow.
So, and I believe I'm right. Israel did attack them once with fighters, so they're kind of concerned it might happen again. Possibly in the good news department, a decline in gasoline consumption in the U.S. could be a trend that's here to stay. Will it lower prices? Probably not. Let's see. Andy Lipow of the Oil Associates told Yahoo Finance there's been a noticeable and he believes permanent change toward lower gasoline demand, especially as these new electric cars are taken over in big cities. Analysts noted that demand peaked between 2017 and 2019 at 9.3 million barrels per day. Lockdowns during the pandemic impacted demand in 2020 and 2021. However, 2022's levels were down 0.5% from the prior year. Indications of gas demand in 2023 are thus far running behind. So, you would think that lower prices.
You would think.
You'd think, but no.
All right, those of you that want a wall in the U.S. with Mexico, get jealous. Finland has started to build a 10-foot wall, barbed wire fence along its border with Russia. It's a 124-mile-long fence, and it will cover, 1/17 of its 832-mile-long border with Russia. They figured this was the most easiest place to go in. A 10-foot-tall barbed wire fence. Trump has been locked out of a few cities for hosting, what do you call them when they go out? Rallies.
Rallies?
Yeah. For hosting rallies. Why? Because previous rallies in the list of cities, he refused to pay the bill to the local police departments.
Shocker.
Yeah. Shocker. All right. And on a sad note, at least you'll know you're not alone. Half of Americans aged 55 to 66 have no retirement savings. That's according to new U.S. Census data. It's a new CBS series coming out called Retirement Ready, and it'll have some ideas of things you can do. But that's scary that half of Americans have no retirement saved up.
You know, what's shocking to me is that half of Americans have a retirement plan.
That's good, Chuck.
Yeah.
All right, let's see this morning. We'll move along here. Bits and breaks, looking at exactly 8 o'clock at KCHW Chewelah. First one up, Chuck, it's you. It's the Thought for the Day with Chuck Ritchie.
I can actually agree with this one.
Okay.
There's nothing like a steaming cup of tea to remind you that tea sucks.
That works.
Yeah, I need my
Unless
coffee.
it's with a lot of sugar over ice.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah.
But then you're taking the healthiness out of it. All right. Alan, how many dogs?
In the house currently?
Yes.
4.
So you've opened a kennel in the house. Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
I
Chuck,
guess
were
for
you
the most
3
part.
or 4?
We're also at 4.
You're also at 4. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So both of you, first, Chuck, do you talk to your pets, and what do you talk about?
Whatever comes to mind. I mean, we talk about this and that. We spend a lot of time discussing their behavior.
Do the dogs, when you're talking to the dogs about their behavior, how do they respond?
I think it depends on the mood they're in. Occasionally they do respond favorably, but it's pretty rare.
All right. Alan, what kind of things do you talk about to your dogs?
I usually just ask them if they need to go potty.
And do they respond?
Yeah, they go potty. Not
I'm
in
so
the
glad I
house.
have my headphones in, because if that would have been playing out loud, I'd have had to mute myself after saying those words.
Oh.
Lucky they didn't hear from Alan, right?
Right.
Oh, let's do it really loud, Chuck. Alan, and see if we can get him. Does
Do you
any
need to go
dog
potty?
have to go potty?
No, earbuds in.
Earbuds in.
Can't hear you.
Darn it.
Can't hear you.
All right. Cats are a lot easy. The only thing I say to my cat is, "Are you a pretty girl?" And then she rolls over. All right. Let's let Alan do this one. These are comments about controlling spouses after they're gone.
None of these have ever been said to me.
Okay. Really?
Yeah. Brenda's not controlling.
All right.
One person says, I took a nap today and nobody called me lazy.
That's horrible. You can't get away with
Right?
a nap. Has that happened to either of you before?
Huh?
Has that happened to either of you before? Been called lazy for taking a nap?
I don't think I've ever been called lazy for that.
I don't know. I usually just get, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get up. You're supposed to be doing stuff. Yeah.
I felt like
I'm busy.
I felt like I needed somebody.
You're going off the road. As usual.
I felt like I needed somebody to call me lazy yesterday, but it was my third nap.
Oh, dude. Wow.
I was sleepy. All right.
Wow.
What else you got, Alan?
One person says, I get to burn candles now.
All of my ex-wives have said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got so many allergies. 90% of candles give me an asthma attack. So
Wow.
and
Because all the perfumes in them?
yeah, and perfume
Yeah.
too. So they really, I think that was comments I've gotten from ex-wives before. It's so nice to wear perfume and burn a candle.
My dad was that way. We grew up with strict no candles in the house rule. We had candles, but they were never lit.
Ooh.
They were just decorations.
Okay.
The decorative candles.
Because of the
Yeah.
fire danger or allergies?
Fire danger.
Now that's controlling. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's controlling. Another
I mean,
person
the
says,
hoarding covering all the heater vents was no concern, but a candle on the fire mantle was important. Yeah.
excellent. Another person says, my ex wouldn't allow more than one cereal box open at a time. When I kicked him out, I bought 5 boxes and opened them all.
Whoop whoop.
Nice.
That's
How
a
liberating.
weird rule.
Yes.
How boring to only be able to eat one cereal at a time until it's gone.
That's horrible.
Right?
Yeah.
That's pretty strict.
It is.
Although if that person had a problem like coiling up the top,
Yeah.
to kind of give it sealing so that every time you got into a box of cereal it was stale, I could understand.
Yeah, it takes like 6 hours for a box of cereal to go stale with the top open.
Yep. 6? Oh, that's it. Oh.
Down to a science.
I'm exaggerating, Scott.
I don't think you are. I think that's actually pretty accurate.
Probably. I cleaned out my cereal cabinet yesterday, and man, I threw away like 10 boxes of cereal.
And you
After
bought them all
testing
6
each
hours
one.
ago.
Right. No, if they're open, I don't even check them. I just throw them out if they didn't get curled up, because they're going to be bad.
Oh,
Wow.
sounds like a waste of money. Couldn't you donate them to the dogs or something?
Are you hungry, Scott?
I am.
Because send it to me.
I'm a
Send
dog.
it to Scott.
I haven't literally had cereal in probably 4 or 5 years since I've eaten cereal.
Everybody mail their stale cereal to Scott.
Yeah,
We'll put the address in the link in the
And I'll
Facebook.
throw it away for you.
Yeah.
Excellent. Just like you cleaned out all the fattening foods.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't throw it away until the bag's empty.
That was tasty.
Yeah.
Another person says, when going on a trip, I was afraid of missing my exit or going the wrong way because he would blow up.
Ooh, bad.
Yeah, that is kind of bad. Backseat drivers.
What else?
Finally, it says, nope, I guess there's 2 more. One person said I wasn't allowed to listen to music while doing chores.
Wow, super controlling.
And Scott, this one's for you.
Yeah.
I get to wear whatever shoes I want now.
Are you saying I have a problem with women in platform shoes or high heels?
No, I'm saying now you can freely wear your heels.
Well, I stand corrected.
It's to dust those Crocs off now.
Do they make Crocs with heels?
I don't. I saw some the other day, some attachments that were like little plows that go on the front of your Crocs, so you can plow the snow as you walk.
Ooh.
Have you seen the little headlights that you can put in the front of your Crocs?
No, I haven't seen those.
You guys are making this stuff up, aren't you?
No, I'm not kidding. They've got this little Croc attachment now to where you can put a little tiny flashlight on each Croc.
That's it. I'm getting some Crocs. I'm out of here.
Wow.
Oh no! We suck again!
We could have a parade. I'm really surprised in all those comments about controlling spouses, there wasn't one that said I can finally wear clothes again.
Oh, cool. Wow.
All right, on to the mutilated currency division. This is for you, Chuck Ritchie. Tell us about the mutilated currency division.
Yes. This is a real thing, actually.
It is.
So the U.S. Bureau of Engraving and Printing has a department called the Mutilated Currency Division. The Bureau will accept just about any torn, chewed on, digested, discolored, blackened, or shrunken dollar bill, no matter how bad it smells or how toxic it is in its appearance.
Have you ever gotten smelly money from someone? That's the worst.
Yes.
All the time, man.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. You got lots of money, apparently, then.
No, I just have a lot of change.
Yeah. It says every day the Bureau receives an average of 200 to 300 envelopes, packages, or moldy containers of mutilated currency. At least 51% of a bill has to remain and can be verified as genuine. And if it is, the Bureau will free of charge refund the owner for the currency's full value.
Cool.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wonder how long that takes.
I don't know. But I've heard about this for years that you can send your if it's burnt or mutilated or you find grandpa's stash buried out in the backyard finally after 50 years.
That'd be the
been
worst
digested.
The worst government job ever.
Digested.
It is. This is the worst government job ever. Because people hate the government and they might make the money dirty on purpose and then just send it in for fun.
Yeah, don't give people ideas, Scott.
Sorry. Sort of. Mostly. Kind of.
It says, and this they apparently they call it wounded money. It says the Bureau gets wounded U.S. money from all over the globe and will cut checks even if someone lives in another country.
Wow.
Huh. The training for this position takes about 6 months, where they learn how to reconstruct a note. Trainees are also taught by the Secret Service to be able to spot counterfeit notes.
Wait a minute. 6 months in training to learn how to reconstruct a note. All you'd use is tape.
With parrots, wizards, tweezers, and some scotch tape. Oh, I can't get it.
Come on.
Maybe
put
they
the eagle
weave
upside
it.
down again, man.
They probably weave it back together.
They have a loom.
What do you do for work? Oh, I'm a money weaver.
I want some dirty money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says the group once received a full bag of green strips from a man whose enraged wife had run much of his life savings through the paper shredder.
Oh.
A specialist spent 2 months piecing the ripped notes together like a jigsaw puzzle until every strip fit. They then sent the man a check for $30,000.
Holy smokes.
Happy day.
No kidding.
I mean, they have to pay somebody that long, like 2 months for the salary just to fix your money. That's
the problem is his wife came back for half of it.
And the courts awarded it to her.
Wow.
Just saying.
An Iowa farmer once dropped his wallet in a pasture and one of his cows turned it into a snack. Then when the farmer slaughtered the cow, he cut out its stomach and mailed the contents to the Bureau. A couple of months later, he received a check for $600.
Wow.
They
weren't kidding about the digested money then.
No. Wow.
Wow.
He looked at that cow as he caught him chewing on the wall and said, "You're gonna die now." Sad thing is, that
What's
cow
up, Burger?
I'm sure that cow was worth more than $600.
Come here. Come here.
All right, time check. We're at 10 after 8. If you got to be somewhere, that's what time it is, and it's time for us to do this.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
All right, fun and games. First thing up is a trivia question for you guys. Per person, residents of Maryland use more of this than residents of any other state. It's something you buy often at the store and have in your house.
Butter.
Butter.
I'm going to go with butter because they have all that crab.
Actually, you're thinking of Maine.
Doesn't Maryland have crab too? Isn't that?
You know, but 80%
Lobster,
of
maybe?
it's up here. 80% of the crabs are up here. Then you have a little bit trickling down the coast. Those are what we call the lost crabs.
The lost
Alaska crabs are better than the East Coast crabs. I'm just going to say. West Coast.
All right, but it is not butter for the lobster or crab.
Okay. Eggs.
Paper product.
Paper plates.
Paper plates.
No.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper. Why? Wait, don't answer that. Something about the people of Maryland. Figure it out. All right. I'm going to give you guys...
Because they're full of... Never. What?
Yay, Chuck found his filter. Never mind. All right, what's in common? Each set of 3 things is something in common. First up, Chuck. Wednesday, Gomez, and it.
The Addams family?
Yeah. Even easier, Cleveland, Washington, Nixon.
Presidents?
It's funny how you pretended to take time. All right.
Yeah.
Guitar music, bungee jumpers, and parachutists. And this is for Chuck. Guitar music, bungee jumpers, parachutists. Tough one.
Strings, chords.
I will give you chords, yes.
Chords.
Yes.
Chords.
Strings. Yeah, I don't think I'd want to bungee jump from a string.
No.
That's the way to tell somebody doesn't like you. Trust me, it'll work. All right. Alan, an apple, an eye chart, a book.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a tough
An
one.
apple, an eye chart, and a book. And they're supposed to all have something in common.
Yes. It'd be a particular kind of apple, though. So focus on eye chart and a book.
They're I don't know. They're all made from trees. I have no idea. An eye chart and a book?
Yeah. Do you
Something
want
to do
to?
with
Do you want
letters,
to?
right?
Do you want to? This isn't really fair because the answer has 2 spellings,
Uh-oh.
and they're kind of cheating. So just focus on eye chart and a book, Chuck.
I have no idea.
Things
Scott.
that
I'm
are
like the-
red. Things that are red.
Red.
READ. That's why an apple
Oh.
doesn't fit in there. The answer was a cheat. It says red/read. Red.
Lame.
Gotcha.
Sorry. I didn't mean
Gotcha.
to be lame. It just happens sometimes.
That one took too much. That one took too much thinking.
I did
My
put
head
on the
hurts.
title of the show today, The Stupids. See?
That's appropriate.
Oh, PETA.
What beverage was advertised as good to the last drop back in 1907?
Sanka.
No, Maxwell House.
No on
Was it Maxwell House?
Wrong on both counts.
Good to the last drop.
Yeah, they
Was it
stole
Folgers?
They stole it. It was 1907. What drink used good to the last drop? It was also green at that time. There's your hint.
Oh, Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
All right, go call that a tie. All right,
Okay.
Maxwell House Coffee stole the slogan long after Coca-Cola had dropped it.
Wow.
All right, 65% of Americans can't name one of these. They are nominated people.
Actors.
They are.
actresses.
Senator.
You're getting warmer, Alan.
A representative.
No, I said they're nominated, not elected.
Oh, nominated.
Court or judges.
Yes, and you were right, as I heard you start to say and then you stop. Supreme Court judges.
Yep.
Supreme Court judges, yeah.
So you kind of got that one right.
I was gonna say like the local district court judges are nominated too.
All right, you have to work together this time to spell bingo. That's right, it's breakfast bingo. Chuck, you're on top. You go first. Secret agent, also known as 007.
Bond.
A color that's somewhere between blue and violet, Alan.
Indigo.
Home of the NFL Saints.
New Orleans.
Alan, when you make a bold move, they say it took what?
Guts.
And Chuck, the late actress who co-starred in Grease.
Olivia Newton-John.
Together, they have a whole brain. You guys are lucky I wasn't playing because I don't know if I would have got indigo.
Oh.
It's just, I like base colors and not all those fancy ones.
Right.
Yeah.
No, the fancy ones.
Fuchsia makes me angry.
Fuchsia.
Orange.
Orange. Orange.
Orange makes me mad.
It makes me
My
angry.
shirt's not pink, it's salmon.
Exactly. Exactly. You guys
Fuchsia.
know exactly what I'm talking about. All right. What 1990s comedy film is partly set in the Tip Top Cafe?
Tip Top Cafe.
Sleepless in Seattle.
Negative. This would be one starring Bill Murray.
A 90s comedy.
90s?
90s takes part. Part of it takes part in the Tip Top Cafe.
I'm
No
clueless.
idea.
I even told you it was Bill Murray, and you can't guess it.
Clueless.
He only had one good movie, and you can't watch it again.
Ghostbusters.
No, Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
All right. Average one of these travels at 100 miles per hour.
A sneeze.
Yes. In 1970,
nice.
Dave Kunste became the first man in the world to complete what?
Hot air balloon trip around the world.
You know, you're correct about the around the world, but it wasn't hot air.
Sailing around the world.
No, sir. In fact, I don't know how you would do this. Actually do this. We'll have to debate it afterwards.
A single engine airplane or an airplane in general.
No.
Walking.
Yes.
Really?
Wow.
Apparently he's Jesus.
Yeah, did they put a treadmill on a boat?
I don't know. He did become the first man to walk around the world. It took him 4 years, 3 months, and 16 days. I'm guessing they don't count it if you boat to the next landmass.
Huh.
What was his name? Forrest? Run, Forrest, run.
Stupid is as stupid does.
Speaking of stupid, spy the lie. Ancient Egyptians slept on pillows made of stone. The Corvette was originally going to be a sporty station wagon. The most common speed limit sign in the U.S. is 25. Which one is the lie?
I'm gonna go with the Stones because that's just dumb.
I got to be the oddball and go with the Corvette.
All right, Alan steals that one. The Corvette was never going to be a sporty station wagon. Although now that it's been thrown out there.
That.
Me too.
I would really love to see that.
I've got a station wagon, does 160.
Like all those old, like cool Woody station wagons, like the ones from the 60s. Those are cool.
Yeah. Your station
Station
wagon
are
does
cool.
160 with the kids in the back.
Right? With no seatbelt.
And
Drinking
a
from
rear-facing
garden
seat.
And Chuck, ancient Egyptians really did sleep on pillows made of stone, and tonight you get to too.
No.
That sounds horrible, doesn't it?
I would just rather not have a pillow than use a rock. Isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Talk about the dent inside your face, right?
Right.
Your face, yeah.
Use your arm or something. God.
Well, you could use your arm on the pillow. I mean, of stone. All right,
There you go.
Let's just stop thinking about it. All right, when we come back, we're gonna have odd news for you today, as well as some other fun stuff. But you have to stick around right here. Alan, will you grab that birthday calendar and get it all ready too?
I will, my friend.
All right, we'll be back. It's Northern Lights Public Radio, thanking the sponsors and giving you a little news as we get reset for part number 2.
Hey guys, do you like beer but can't get drunk from beer? Then try new vodka beer. The can says beer, but inside is 12 ounces of carbonated vodka. And the best part is, your wife will never know.
Honey, I'm so proud of you, cutting down to 1 beer a night.
She don't know.
It's 8:21.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from Chihuahua Flooring. Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products, including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like Southwind, Deltile, Mannington, and Mohawk. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com. Call 509-935-8021 or via email through chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chihuahua. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
KCHW programming is made possible by listeners like you and by
New Health. At New Health, we are committed to promoting health and wellness within our communities by providing integrated open access healthcare for all. Our medical care teams offer in-person visits, curbside care, and telehealth visits. Schedule today for a new patient appointment. Curbside pharmacy pickup and mailing options are available to meet your medication needs. Contact New Health at 509-935-6004. That's 509-935-6004 to schedule today, or visit our website at newhealth.org for a location nearest you. New patients are welcome and most insurance plans are accepted, including Medicare, Apple Health Plans, TRICARE, and private insurance. New Health, celebrating 45 years of bringing healthcare into communities and communities into healthcare.
This is KCHW, Chihuahua, 102.7 FM.
You're listening to 102.7. KCHW, Chihuahua.
For the Daily Yonder and Public News Service, this is the news from rural America. Inflation is still chipping away at paychecks, and economic projections are mixed. Forecasts are calculated on the monthly CPI, Consumer Price Index, based on how much is paid for food, housing, and other goods. But prices rural folks pay are not included, leaving out data on 14% of the population, or around 46 million people.
We don't know how they're affected, and that's the issue. It's hard to respond with policy if we don't know what's happening there.
Professor Tessa Conroy with the University of Wisconsin conducted research with Stephen Weiler at Colorado State University. Weiler says rural residents have less discretionary income because, by necessity, they spend more on transportation. He believes consumer expenses evaluated by the CPI should include actual costs in rural areas.
Just because you're in a place that has disadvantages shouldn't mean that you're also disadvantaged by the system as a whole.
Rural hospitals are bracing for a financial hit as the COVID health emergency is set to end this May, placing further strain on providers and their patients. Xander Brown has more.
According to the Department of Health and Human Services, a projected 15 million people will be removed from Medicaid coverage. This includes those who no longer qualify and those that may not know everyone needs to re-enroll to maintain eligibility. Brock Slaybach is COO of the National Rural Health Association.
We still haven't fixed some of the underlying problems, especially in the 11 states that didn't pass Medicaid expansion.
The transition will be difficult for already struggling rural hospitals.
This creates potential uncollectible account because these individuals likely would not be able to pay if it weren't for the Medicaid program.
Though additional reimbursement for treating COVID patients will end, major Medicare telehealth services and some other COVID-era supports like COVID tests will be covered through 2024. I'm Xander Brown.
With or without loan forgiveness, student debt is climbing toward $2 trillion. California's College Corps is offering some relief. Started last year, it allows students to receive up to $10,000 in exchange for 450 community service hours.
Students share how they're only able to stay in college because of the financial support that this program provides.
John Friday, the state's chief service officer, says 3,200 students have participated so far. Over half were first generation, and 4 out of 5 were people of color. To earn service hours, Friday says college students typically tackle projects related to climate change, food insecurity, and education.
This is helping them figure out what they want to do in life. We have students who now want to become teachers and help California deal with our teacher shortage.
For the Daily Yonder and Public News Service, I'm Roz Brown. For more rural stories, visit dailyyonder.com.
Welcome to 2023 Talks, where we're following our democracy in historic times.
We have a huge epidemic of fentanyl problem created by intentional acts by the cartels. We are doing everything we can within our resources to fight that.
Attorney General Merrick Garland testified before a Senate committee Wednesday, facing questions about the investigation into Hunter Biden and the department's response to the fentanyl crisis. Another hearing focused on Denver International Airport CEO Phil Washington's confirmation to lead the Federal Aviation Administration. Democrats rallied behind President Biden's pick, while Republicans like Texas Senator Ted Cruz heavily criticized Washington's lack of aviation safety experience.
As I look at your record, I see a record where you've got experience with buses, you've got experience with trains. Buses and trains are very different from planes.
Other committee members focused on Washington's successes as an Army veteran who has led transit agencies in Denver and Los Angeles and one of the largest airports in the world. The Senate passed a resolution nullifying a Biden administration Department of Labor rule on environmental, social, and governance investing, which some are saying could lead to Biden's first veto. The rule allows managers of retirement plans to weigh climate change as well as other environmental, social, and governance issues in their investment decisions. Republicans see the measure as the Biden administration prioritizing a liberal agenda instead of protecting retirement accounts. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, along with other GOP leaders, discussed the Parents' Bill of Rights proposal, which aims to provide more transparency to parents about their children's educational experience. Bill author and Louisiana Representative Julia Letlow says virtual learning ushered in by the pandemic gave parents an opportunity to see what their kids were learning and left many parents disheartened.
And so then we did the right thing, right? We went to our school boards and we voiced our displeasure, but we were turned away. And some of us were even labeled domestic terrorists.
Public education has become a hot topic issue for GOP lawmakers, resulting in what some are now calling a culture war over school curriculum. On Wednesday, President Joe Biden nominated Julie Su to replace outgoing Marty Walsh as Secretary of Labor. If confirmed for the position, she will be the first Asian American to serve in Biden's cabinet.
Mr. President, when you said you wanted to be the most pro-worker, pro-union president in history and restore decency and build the middle class, I said, sign me up for that. I want to help do that.
During the White House ceremony, President Biden called Sue the American Dream. Sue was confirmed by the Senate in 2021 to her current role as Deputy Labor Secretary. I'm Alex Gonzalez for Pacifica Network and Public News Service. Find our 8 trust indicators to support transparency and accuracy at publicnewsservice.org.
we're back. It's KCHW 102.7. Maybe I should unmute the radio so they can hear us too. Oh, there we go. We're back. KCHW 102.7. Getting things fired up for part 2. And Alan Milani is going to kick us off with some local birthdays.
Today we have Jackson Herda.
Okay. Is that it?
That's it. That's it for today.
All right.
Wow.
All the applause then just for Jackson. There you go. Celebrity birthdays,
Happy
Chuck.
birthday. Okay. Lorraine Newman from Saturday Night Live is 71. John Bon Jovi is 61. Daniel Craig is 55. Chris Martin of Coldplay is 46. Rebel Wilson is 43. Bryce Dallas Howard is 42. Former NFL quarterback Ben Roethlisberger, that seems weird to say former, is 41. Natalie Emanuel from the Fast and Furious films is 34.
It's amazing that you could say Ben's name.
I want to go back to this Ben Roethlisberger thing, because he was the quarterback of the Steelers for almost 20 years, for a very, very long time. And since I remember being a young adult, and he's younger than I am.
Huh. Some of them still even play longer than that too. So
yeah,
he must have decided he needed to go home and count his millions.
Like, I was in my 20s watching him play, and he's younger than me.
Wow,
that's wrong. That's just wrong.
Feels wrong. All right, it happened today. We call it history, Chuck.
Yeah. Is that what they call it?
Yes. The 1923 Time magazine debuted.
Wow.
1933, the movie King Kong had its world premiere in New York, the first one.
Scott was there.
Yes, it's called history, Chuck. All right, 1962, Wilt Chamberlain of the Philadelphia Warriors scored an NBA record 100 points in a game against the New York Knicks. Apparently, he was the only one on the floor. How does one person score 100 points in a game?
Well, you're Wilt Chamberlain.
Well, and I want to know.
Wilt Chamberlain was known for scoring.
I want to know what the rest of the score, the total score was, because that's crazy.
That is crazy.
1995, Yahoo was incorporated, should have bought stock. 2007, in Austria, a man stormed into a bank and started waving a gun. Too bad he didn't do his homework first, or he would have realized the bank was right next to a police station. He did make the best of it. He did make the best of a bad situation, however. While the bank robber held police at bay for 5 hours, he took calls from customers and offered them loans.
Nice.
Remember that one. All right, on to 2014, 86 Academy Awards hosted by Ellen DeGeneres. Broadcast received the highest views of any Oscars since 2000. And 2016, U.S. astronaut Scott Kelly and Russian cosmonaut Mikhail Kornikov returned to Earth after 340 days, setting an International Space Station record. My legs feel all wobbly. Wobbly. And in 2021, Dolly Parton received the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine and then gave $1 million to help keep developing it. Special events. Let's see. I think we are back to Alan.
It's International Rescue Cat Day.
Probably something neither of you do, cat haters.
I don't hate them.
I'm not a cat hater. I'm just severely allergic to them. So I pretend to hate them.
Okay.
It makes my life easier.
Banana Cream Pie Day.
All right. Delicious.
Hospitalist Day. What is a hospitalist?
I have no idea. Would that
Someone
be like
who works at a hospital?
I'm going to have to look that up. Okay. Red Cross American Day. World Teen Mental Wellness Day.
It says a hospitalist is a physician who cares for inpatients, meaning they only work inside the hospital. These doctors often complete residency training in general internal medicine, pediatrics, neurology, obstetrics, and gynecology or oncology. They also may be board certified in hospital medicine. So I was going to say it was some kind of receptionist or something, but I was way off.
Are there still doctors that practice outside of the hospital, like do house calls?
Maybe only by video now.
If they have a private practice, they're not exclusively hospital people.
That's true. Oh, that's
true.
That's
true. Good point.
75,000 is the number of the day, and that's the number of employees just at Disney World in Florida.
Wow.
That seems a little excessive to me.
Staggering.
Staggering excessiveness.
If you've ever been there, that's at least the number of cars in the parking lot, so that makes sense.
All right, I sent you guys some other news today. I think it was called News and Nuggets, right?
Yep.
And I'll start off the first one, give you guys a second to get there. With more lunar missions than ever on the horizon from multiple countries, European Space Agency wants to give the moon its own time zone. This week, the agency said space organizations around the world are considering how best to keep time on the moon. Idea came up during a meeting in the Netherlands late last year with participants agreeing on the urgent need to establish a common lunar reference time. For now, a moon mission runs on the time of the country that's operating the spacecraft. European space officials said an internationally accepted lunar time zone would make it easier for everyone, especially as more countries and more private companies aim for the moon, and NASA gets sent to send some astronauts there. NASA had to grapple with the time question while designing and building the International Space Station. While the space station doesn't have its own time zone, it runs on Coordinated Universal Time, which is meticulously based on atomic clocks.
And if it was anything like Star Trek, it would be Pacific Standard Time, and the official language would be English. Everywhere. In the entire universe.
In the galaxy, in the universe, yeah.
Yeah.
Universally.
Yeah. No, they have universal communicators that automatically translate everything. You just can't tell during the show.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
That's
for our convenience.
Yes, that's their excuse, anyways. All right, enough geekiness. Thank you, Chuck.
You're welcome.
Alan.
Investigation of powder in air reveals it was pollen.
Yay.
Right? West Virginia officials investigating reports of a powder in the air and on some vehicles have determined the source. Pollen. Final results from the dust samples collected Friday in the state's eastern panhandle indicated the material is predominantly pollen with trace amounts of mineral matter. The agency began investigating after residents reported seeing the substance across multiple counties late Thursday night.
Oh, scary.
Okay. So this is a place where they're not used to having everything covered in yellow powder every spring?
Yes.
What's that like?
Right?
God,
Wouldn't that be nice?
What a group of privileged people.
All right. I like this next story for you, Chuck.
All right. In a survey, only 14% of parents say they get enough parenting breaks every day. The survey of parents with school-age children found that 40% will hide in the bathroom and 34% will pretend to be asleep. I have done both.
Really?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
That's horrible.
Have you done both at the same
time? The bathroom is
the
my
same
sanctuary. Not at the same time. You don't have to pretend to be asleep when there's no one else in the bathroom with you. You can actually sleep.
But when they open the door, he's leaning over. Oh, Dad fell asleep on the toilet again.
Like you haven't done it. Come on now.
That's true. Laundry day isn't necessarily at the top of many people's to-do lists, but what if you were paid for it? That's the idea behind a startup called SudShare. It's sort of like Uber for laundry. Once you sign up, you agree to wash other people's dirty clothes in your own home.
Ew.
Oh, other people's clothes? No.
Yes. You pick up, wash, fold, and deliver the clothes back within 24 hours or even the same day for extra cash. There are currently 200,000 Sudsters in the U.S. that are helping their neighbors get through laundry day without having to lift a finger. This is kind of brilliant.
How do they say whether they have to do other people's laundry? That's lifting a finger?
Well, the person that's having someone else do the laundry doesn't. You just have to.
Right.
When you have to put hands on it, you just push that basket to the door.
There you go. Although I've always thought if I were rich, fluff and fold would be the only way to go. Have someone come like twice a week and pick up your laundry and bring it back all folded.
All right. So there you go. The app sends a notification when a potential job is nearby. Details include how many bags of laundry there are and how much the Sudster will make. SudShare charges about $1 a pound for cleaning, and Sudsters keep about 75% of that, plus any tips. All right, and the company also offers bonus programs for people who want to wash a lot of clothes. A company says its top 10 substers earn over $5,000 a month. Chuck, there's your job.
Wow.
And you could sign up as
I
a
hate
Sudster.
laundry.
This is a great idea. You could sign up as Sudster and then be like China and make your kids do it.
Wow.
I got 6 kids. I'm making $30,000 a month.
Wow.
Would you have to have multiple washers and dryers to make that much?
It doesn't say, but wow. Could you
Probably
imagine just
wouldn't
spending
hurt.
your whole day washing and folding clothes? That would be a workout.
What would your
I've
electric
tried
and
to
water
convince
bill be
myself
like?
that I.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I've tried to convince myself that I enjoy doing laundry just to try to get myself to do it, and it doesn't work.
All right. Next story. Having pizza for breakfast may be good for you. Did I skip Chuck? Because you guys flipped positions and I kind of got confused.
Oh, and I did the bathroom one.
All right. So, Alan.
If your kids tell you that they want pizza for breakfast, you may want to listen. It turns out the deliciously doughy food may be a good alternative to a traditional breakfast, even healthier than boxed cereal. Nutrition expert Chelsea Amer shared that pizza is packed with protein, something your body desperately needs to get through the day. An average slice of pizza and a bowl of cereal with whole milk contain nearly the same amount of calories. However, pizza packs a much larger protein punch, which will keep you feeling full throughout the morning. A lot of breakfast cereals are also high in sugar, so swapping out the Frosted Flakes or Fruit Loops for a slice could certainly make for a more balanced meal for you or your kids.
Wow. Wow.
Huh.
You know, I've said it on the radio before, but my favorite breakfast in the world is chopping up leftover pizza in bite-sized bits, frying it till it's a little bit crispy, and then putting a runny fried egg on top. Amazing.
Nice.
Best breakfast ever.
Let's see. Let's go ahead and wrap up the show with the crazies, people that are actually maybe even crazier than us.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid. You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, we always kick it off with the news attack where the first part is true and the second part is a horrible joke. And let's see, Alan Milani, you're up top.
A study found that people lie about how much alcohol they drink, but then again, maybe they just can't remember.
Chuck?
You know what? I am lost. My computer is not working.
All right.
It's frozen.
Okay. Study found that Americans aren't getting enough sleep. Watching the upcoming Academy Awards should help fix that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Yep.
Totally.
Big time.
Uh-huh. All right.
What do they have, like 7 viewers now?
I think award shows just kind of need to go away.
Fizzle.
Just a thought. Just a
Yeah.
thought. All right.
Are you back with us, Chuck?
Yeah, I'm back on.
All right.
I'm back on.
You get to talk about the Foo Fighters then.
Ooh, yay. Foo Fighters lead singer Dave Grohl spent 16 hours cooking barbecue for the less fortunate at a Los Angeles shelter. He then washed all the dishes with bottles of Trump water.
Trump water.
What?
Nice. Nice.
That's so sad. All right. Moon will likely be, Alan. The moon will likely be getting its own time zone. Certain billionaire has suggested it must be called Musk time.
Musk time.
It's horrible.
He did.
It's probably true.
Wow. And I don't know if you've heard this yet, but the moon will likely be getting its own time zone.
No.
And a Popeye's chicken.
Yes.
Yes. Just one more reason to go to the moon.
Chuck.
Americans send almost 10 million tons of furniture to landfills each year. Not me, though. I've been using the same lawn and beanbag chairs in the living room for years.
Nice.
Study found that some fish use urination as a means of communicating. Just one more reason why you can't get me to swim in a lake.
And those would be the jellyfish.
Yes.
Yes.
Covered that on part 1.
Sorry, I was talking to the jellyfish. My bad.
Last one is you, Alan.
A survey found 15% of men would willingly miss the birth of their own children in order to watch a big sporting event like the Super Bowl or the final round of the Masters. They said they would also willingly miss the soon-to-follow divorce hearing.
For what sport? Did they give that?
That is a misuse of the term men, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, on to
Wow.
Wacky But True. And I had one from yesterday that didn't make it on the show. So I'm going to go ahead and see. Here we go. In India, a woman who died during her wedding was replaced with her sister. The bride said she felt dizzy before fainting, then she died. Doctors concluded she died of a heart attack, but lucky guy still got to get married. Huh. Curious about what he said?
Yes, please tell me.
You got it. Oh, it didn't play. Hold on. I can fix this. Here's what he had to say. Yes. Okay, that's just wrong, isn't it? All right, Alan.
Are we back on the
Wacky
inner
but
prep
true.
now?
We're on Wacky But True on the prep there, if you're with me. You need
Okay.
some help.
After finishing teaching a class, a teacher at New Jersey High School in Paramus instructed the students to focus on independent work until the bell rang. The teacher then worked on his laptop at the front of the room. School officials say the teacher was apparently unaware that his computer was still connected to the wireless projector mounted on the ceiling in the classroom. As he looked at inappropriate material, apparently mostly photos of scantily clad women, students could see what he was seeing. The teacher was put on administrative leave. I should hope so.
Oh, and here.
Always turn your
Go ahead.
Turn your screen sharing off.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Here is the principal and the teacher.
So I made a decision and it was wrong. It was a bad call. It was a bad call.
Bad call.
Right.
Please. Well, I'm going to make sure that they nail you right to the wall for this. You're not going to sleaze your way out of this one. Right to the wall.
Oh. All right. Chuck.
Chris Newby was sleeping in the upstairs bedroom of his Austin, Texas home when a car drove into a spare bedroom downstairs. Emergency crews rescued and charged the driver for allegedly driving while intoxicated. Newby was unhurt, but he has a hole in his house. 10 days later, he received a letter from the city, dated the day of the accident, that listed 2 violations, one for having a hole in the house and the other for having no window.
Oh.
The letter gave Newby 30 days to get his house in compliance or face up to $2,000 a day fine. The Austin Code Department Division Manager explained the letter is standard procedure for the city.
Oh.
Wow. And if he has the same insurance company as I do, 6 months later, he might actually have somebody show up to look at the damage.
Right.
That's horrible. All right. For the code department.
What a jerk.
Mm-hmm. And then.
Well,
excuse me. That's what I'd say. All right. On to Hollywood. Always fun. A man called the police, said he had planted explosives on the iconic Hollywood sign overlooking L.A. and Hollywood. He said he would destroy the sign unless he was paid $10,000. That probably made him laugh right there. What police department did he call? The one in Hollywood, Florida, excuse me. Officers there relayed the threat to the real Hollywood, who deemed it non-credible since their sign is under constant video surveillance. Oh, man. All right, I got this, though.
What are you
going to do? Maybe he called the right place.
I'm going to take your stick.
What? That was the wrong one. I'm not doing good with the sound effects today. It's this
like a
constant
stick.
buzzing in my headphones. Hold on.
That's when I got the brilliant idea to fake my death.
Yes. That's
To
the
fake
right
my
one.
death.
To fake my death.
You see, the thing is that he did call the right one. It's the now entering Hollywood sign that he was talking about.
It could be.
Yeah, you know, like the Green Street sign. Yeah.
Sure. All right, Alan, a
that
short one
was-
for
that
you.
was-
In Florida, 2 men were hitting each other with sticks during a dispute. One was arrested.
And now I can play that.
What are you going to do? First, I'm going to take your stick.
And Chuck.
Doctor was arrested in Belgium for driving at 110 miles an hour while kissing his girlfriend. Ooh. Police say the 64-year-old was so caught up in what he was doing that he didn't realize he sped right by a motorcycle cop.
No.
Police officer said the doctor was still kissing the woman when he caught up with him. Wow.
Come on, what would you do if you were 64? Oh, yeah. Nothing.
Nothing. This is all wrong. I don't know what it is. But when I kiss you, it's like I'm kissing my brother.
Ew.
My much older brother.
Ew.
All right. Real quick before the show's over, me and Chuck were trying to do some recording the other day. I promised Chuck I wouldn't play it, but I'm going to go ahead.
Okay, 1028 coming up. Try to relax now, will you, pal? The word is nope. N-O-P-E, nope. Right, all right, let's hit it. No. All right, that's it's good. It's coming. Take 29. Yeah, let's lunch 1 hour.
Yeah, and went on for a while.
But, you know, I've been practicing. I think I have it now.
Oh.
No. Yeah.
All right. Maybe in time for tomorrow's show.
Not today.
All right. Last one. Police in Holland forced a thief to vomit so they could recover 2 stolen golden rings he had swallowed. The crook had stolen the rings from a jewelry store after threatening the owner with an axe. Which takes us back to our very first sound effect.
Yeah, well, the puke pile's right over there. It's a pretty big pile of puke.
So clean the puke. Okay.
All right, hit on that choking puke.
God.
Isn't that horrible? And who gets that job? How do you decide that? Is it the new guy?
Always the new guy.
It's always the new guy.
It's always the new guy.
Speaking of new guys, we might be looking for one on Friday.
Oh?
Yeah.
Sorry.
That is a show for today. A big round of applause for Alan Milani and Chuck Ritchie.
Yay.
All right. Coming up tomorrow on the show, it's Chuck Ritchie again. Oh.
Crazy.
If he'll come back after I made fun of him. All right.
Right.
All right. Other than that, we want you to stay right here and keep on listening to the radio. It's Northern Lights Public Radio, KCHW 102.7. Have a great day.
Tune in again tomorrow as we hear the Baroness Rothschild say,
Barry, guess how much change I've got in my nose.
65
The
cents.
family of Norbert T. Krelk, who died yesterday from eating flowers, has requested that friends give someone a long illness in his name.
Got it.
Got it. How much change do you have in your nose? Have a good day.
Bye, everybody.
Well, excuse me!
This is all wrong. I don't know what it is. But when I kiss you, it's like I'm kissing my brother.